Yes, Dermot, 2-0 to the boys. Tottenham at home. Everton getting smacked. Fat Frank Lampard going home crying. All the things that we like to talk about, all the things that we want to hear. But give me your initial thoughts on the game.
I thought it was a brilliant 90 minutes performance. Absolutely fantastic. I thought tactically we were a brilliant first half. A bit frustrated, I think. Everton sat back, and I think, again, we were finding it hard to break down the low block sides, which we have found difficult in the past. But I think once
True.
Basuma came on, I think three-man midfield, that unlocked it then, and we
Yeah.
were a different animal. But absolutely brilliant performance. So pleased. And it's the first proper 90 minutes performance we have put in all season. So it's a great performance, and we've got to back it up now against Manchester United on Wednesday away at Old Trafford.
Yeah, definitely, Dermot. What are your thoughts just quickly on the fact that, you mentioned that Everton sat so deep and, in the first half. Is that something that you saw happening? Is that maybe a way that you anticipated Frank Lampard to set up? I'll be honest, I kind of don't really rate the guy. I thought he would sit or maybe set up
Mm.
his team just as high as he did the last time because if you recall that last game, Spurs won 5-0 because he
Mm.
really set up his center backs quite high up the pitch. And
Yeah.
this time, I mean, the moment the whistle was blown, they pretty much
Mm.
all just sprinted back towards their own goal.
I think that played a big in his tactics before the start of the game. I think he didn't want to get humiliated again. Another 5-0. So I think it was a case of they sat back, played counter-attacking football, and tried to catch us on the break. Well, we were fast out the blocks. Conte had got them firing, and we were just like a pack of wolves after them. And I think the way Conte set up as well, he placed our wing
Mm-hmm.
backs further forward, and everyone seemed to be starting that. We seemed to start higher up the pitch instead of starting how we normally start backwards. We start
Yeah,
higher up the pitch, and
yeah,
then that put the pressure then on their wing backs and their defenders, and they just couldn't get out of it. We
yeah.
were just all together, fired up, ready to go. And I think we wanted to prove a point that the Brighton game and the Frankfurt game, we could back it up. And that's three good performances we have now backed it up. And for me, Doherty was the star of the defence as well as Romero. Absolutely brilliant. Doherty had a brilliant game. And for Romero, he's just out of this world. Absolutely marshalled that defence.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Romero had a much better game this one.
Mm.
I think you're absolutely right. That's a very good point. Let's get into some of Conte's decisions here, Dermot. I mean, the moment Richarlison had that injury, he
Mm.
went to that 3-5-2 and he abandoned the 3-4-3. Kind of my first question I have to ask you, Dermot, is the 3-4-3. Were you initially happy with that? Did you think that was going to work? Did you think that were you initially satisfied, or did you think the 3-5-2 is something maybe he could have begun with?
Look, the 3-4-3 is going to be our starting formation. Whatever we want or like, it's going to be the starting formation. We're getting used to it now. The wing backs are getting used to it. The midfielders are getting used to it. Højbjerg and Bentancur are such pivotal in that formation. And I think if with Doherty today and Perisic on the other wing back, I thought we had good wing backs that got forward, but Doherty was always in position. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that suits him. This formation actually suits him. We saw the best of him like we did at the end of last season. When Conte switched it to a three, I think it made us open this up more. We were more freedom with the ball. Sonny looked more that he could more of a free role.
Mm-hmm.
Harry as well. So they're interchanging all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
Basuma in the midfield gave Højbjerg that bit more freedom to roam forward,
Yeah.
which we saw then with his goal,
Yeah.
which was, again, Bentancur and Højbjerg are one of the two best midfielders in the Premier League, apart from Manchester City's midfield. The
Mm-hmm.
link up them two have is brilliant. And we saw for Højbjerg's goal, great passing from Bentancur, and Højbjerg took his goal well. So I
Yeah.
think Conte is getting it right. He's getting his message across, and I think it is working. But I thought all the substitutions today he made were well done at the right time, and over the moon. Spence got his home debut,
Yeah.
and
I'm
great.
sorry, Dermot. What are your thoughts on that Basuma substitution? Is that what you was that the right move in your eyes? Was that basically what won the game in your opinion?
I think so. Yes, I think he had to. I think we had to change in midfield. I think once we went 1-0 up, Everton were quite comfortable to sit back. and then tried to catch us. And the problem is we were pushing too many forward. We would have got caught. So I think by putting the third man in midfield, I think Basuma came on and he gave the other two a bit more freedom to roam. And I think Basuma had a great game. Some of the tackles he put in was absolutely fantastic. And Bentancur and Højbjerg, and for me, Højbjerg was just outstanding again. Brilliant. Yeah. And we've got the best two-tree midfield in the Premier League. And I think Conte knows that. And, I think Conte knows he will take us to the league title. And I think Conte's decisions today prove he is a world-class manager and why he's a world-class manager.
Do you, with the 3-5-2, did you see that bring the best out of other players, with Conte's decision to switch to that? Did that bring the best out of maybe another particular player on the pitch, perhaps other than the midfield?
I think Doherty. I think he deserves a special mention today.
He looked better with it.
Absolutely brilliantly today. I think Conte's got something out of him. Whatever he said to him with that press conference has unlocked something in Doherty today because he's played out of his skin. I thought Perisic as well. It suits Perisic and Doherty somehow, this 3-5-2. And I think they prefer playing further up the pitch. It releases Sonny. Sonny can roam more. He can do what he does best. And we saw Sonny was on the left. He was on the right. He was everywhere. And Harry, well, Harry's just Harry. I don't care. You could play a 4-5-1 and Harry will still score the hat-trick. So I think it suits everyone. I think it suits certain players better. But for me, I think we're right to start with the 3-4-3. I think that's the formation. I think we're getting used to it. And I think, again, Conte, was a world-class manager, so we should be behind him 100%.
Yeah,
Conte
definitely.
we trust.
Yeah, and Conte we trust for sure, Dermot, definitely. And then, the decision to bring on Spence, Skip, etc. Could he have done that sooner, or was it maybe so cagey that he couldn't have done it?
I think it was right to bring him on when they did, because if we made the decision too soon, I think that would have knocked our not confidence, but we were playing in a way that we felt comfortable, and I think he felt comfortable with it. But I think with about 3 or 4 minutes to go, just bring them on and just freshen it up a little bit. I think it was the right decision. If he brought it on too soon, I think that would have, stopped our rhythm. And I think then Everton would have maybe got a foothold in the game.
Yeah.
But I think he done it right. And great to see Spence get his home debut. Yeah. Absolutely over the moon with that. Great to see Skippy back. Maybe he can bring something to the midfield now. Probably start Skip and Basuma together.
Yeah, with the more minutes he gets.
And Højbjerg a rest.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's got a lot of opportunities coming up now prior to the World Cup and players coming back. So I think, it's all good times. And I think Conte will be rubbing his hands, thinking, right, I've got a team I can win with.
Definitely. Man of the match, Dermot. Give me your man of the match. It's a tough one.
It is a tough one. Look, you could go with Romero. Absolutely brilliant today. Tackling world class. He really marshalled that defence. Really did. He really keeps that defence together. He's a bit like our sort of Steve Perryman or a Danny Blanchflower, where he just marshals that defence. Højbjerg and Bentancur midfield, another shout for man of the match. Absolutely marshalled that midfield. Harry Kane, again, his 400 appearance. He's 9 goals away from Jimmy Greaves' record. Brilliant penalty. Doherty another brilliant performance for Doherty, but for me, I would have to give it to Højbjerg. That man.
Give it to Højbjerg? Yeah, explain.
That man has got so much stick over the last few months of he can't play, he can't pass, he can't do this, he can't do that. And I think he has shown everyone this season what a world-class player he is. It's like he's a 12-cylinder Ferrari turbo engine, that man. You put him it's like buying a Bugatti Veyron and leaving Højbjerg out and putting a Skoda engine in the car. It's not going to work. You put a 12-cylinder engine in a Bugatti Veyron, it's going to go. And that's Tottenham's midfield. We played better with Højbjerg, and his goal, he deserved his goal today. So he's my man of the match, but it's a tight one. You could have picked one of 6 or 7 different players today, but Absolutely fantastic.
Especially with how they all played collectively in the second half. I know what you're saying. Final message to Spurs fans, Dermot. What should they be taking away from this?
Look, it's the best start to ever in a Premier League season. You know, we are unbeaten at home. We're going to Manchester United full of confidence, full of not fearing anybody. We can go up there, get 3 points. Let's take this momentum and let's carry it on, because we can. We're in the title race, like it or not. We are there. We're a point behind Arsenal. We're joint level with Manchester City. Let's hope Liverpool do us a favour tomorrow and beat Man City. And then look, who knows? We beat Man United on Wednesday. Man City lose, Arsenal lose. We're top of the league.
Love it.
And who knows what can happen then? We will win a trophy this season. We will win something this season. Let's get behind the team. Let's carry this momentum on, because Spurs are on the march. We're on our way.
Brilliant. We're on the march. We're on our way, everybody. 2-0 to Spurs at home. Next on is Man United, everybody. Hit that like. Leave your comments down below to see what you thought on Dermot's post-match interview. Check out his channel as well, THFC Till I Die, if you like what he had to say. But that'll be all for now, everybody. Come on, you Spurs. In Conte we trust.
Come on, you Spurs.